Hey everybody, Ace Liam here, and welcome to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between the Pokemon in question, and we try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome battle between those Pokemon just for a little bit of fun. If you're a fan of Form Fight and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button, show you're enjoying the series, and of course hit the subscribe button if you're new so you never miss an episode. With all that out the way, let's take a look at today's challenges. Today on Form Fight, we're going to take a look at the two forms of Rayquaza, which are Rayquaza and Mega Rayquaza. Now, when you have a Rayquaza in your party, it will always be in its normal form. However, a Rayquaza that knows Dragon Ascent will be able to Mega Evolve into Mega Rayquaza during a battle and will remain that way for the entirety of the battle, although it can't do this if it's holding a Z Crystal. But what makes these two forms of Rayquaza so different? Apart from the fact that one can use Z moves and the other can't. Let's take a look. In its regular form, Rayquaza is 7 meters long and weighs 206.5 kilograms. As for Mega Rayquaza, it's 10.8 meters long and weighs 392 kilograms. They both share a Pokédex entry which reads, Rayquaza is said to have lived for hundreds of millions of years. Legends remain of how it put to rest the clash between Kyogre and Groudon. It flies forever through the ozone layer, consuming meteoroids for sustenance. The many meteoroids in its body provide the energy it needs to Mega Evolve. Appearance-wise, both are long, green, serpent-like creatures resembling those weird plastic snake toys they sell at every toy store ever, just with Mega Rayquaza having more decoration, including some snazzy jewelry. In their shiny forms, both forms of Rayquaza switch up their green coloration for a lovely charcoal black, and doesn't it look swish? Now let's take a look at their typing, weaknesses, and resistances. Both forms of Rayquaza are dual-type Dragon and Flying Pokemon. This makes them weak to Rock, Ice, Dragon, and Fairy-type moves, with the Ice-type weakness being a 4x weakness. Both these Pokemon resist fighting, bug, fire, water, and grass type attacks, and both are completely immune to ground type moves. Now let's have a look at the stats and abilities of these Rayquaza forms. Rayquaza in its normal form lives up to its legendary status, boasting incredible attack and special attack, with brilliant HP, defense, special defense, and speed. It may have an easily exploitable 4x weakness, but that's only a problem if Rayquaza gives opponents time to attack. It only has access to one ability, which is Airlock, which negates the effect of weather whilst Rayquaza is on the field. This is great for scuppering weather-based teams, since the various effects that make those teams work so well is completely nullified until they can deal with Rayquaza, if they can deal with Rayquaza. As for Mega Rayquaza, it of course gains the mandatory stat boost all Megas receive, boosting its base stat total to the highest possible for any Pokemon, tied with Mega Mewtwo X and Y as of Generation 7, that of course being a base stat total of 780. The most notable increases are to its attack and special attack, whilst it still gets a decent boost in speed, as well as small increases to defense and special defense. Mega Rayquaza's only ability is Delta Stream, which summons a mysterious air current that causes moves that would normally deal super effective damage to flying type Pokemon to deal neutral damage to them. What this means for Mega Rayquaza is that it'll take 2x damage from ice type moves instead of 4x, neutral damage from rock type moves instead of 2x, and will actually resist electric type attacks instead of taking neutral damage from them. It's worth noting as well, the mysterious air current affects all flying type Pokemon on the field, so do keep this in mind. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two Rayquaza forms I prefer, and I'm definitely going to go Mega on this one. The Mega just has so much more going for it because it's literally so much more powerful. I don't really like the look of it. I think it's a little bit over-designed. I do prefer the look of regular Rayquaza. I think it's sleeker. I think it's cooler. I think it's a little bit more intimidating than Mr. T over there. But at the same time, I can't deny how much better of a Pokemon to use Mega Rayquaza is. Like, it's the fact that it's a Mega Evolved Pokemon but doesn't need a Mega Stone. It's kind of annoying that it can't use Z moves, but at the same time, Z moves aren't that important, really. Like, they're great and they do a lot of damage, but there are other items you could give Pokemon that would be better suited in the long term instead of just one big super attack. So the fact that it can't use Z moves, not really that big of a deal there. Dragon Ascent is a great move in itself, so you don't really need the Z moves in my opinion, so that really doesn't damage Mega Rayquaza that much. So Mega Rayquaza just all over is just a much better Pokemon than its regular counterpart. It's really hard to deny that. But of course, it's not just up to me, it's up to you guys to decide which is your favorite. But before you do, let's have a look at these Pokemon on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome battle. Before we get started, I will point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats. They're not holding any items. They've got neutral natures. They're the same type. The only advantage or disadvantage any of these Pokemon gets comes from their base stats. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. Here we go, it's Mega Rayquaza versus regular Rayquaza. We're going to find out who the best long slinky dragon boy is. Who's it going to be? Place your bets in the comments down below as we see Delta Stream taking effect, which is going to ruin the aesthetics of this battle for the entirety of the battle, and it's going to be negated by Rayquaza's airlock, so it's not even going to have the wonderful buffing properties that it normally has for the Mega Team. Well done to regular Rayquaza for having an ability that negates this awful ability. There's a not very effective cross chop coming out as the first move from Shiny Mega onto a regular Rayquaza there. Decent amount of damage though for a not very effective move as regular Mega goes for a rolling kick, which is also not very effective on Shiny Rayquaza for a little bit of chip damage as well. How will the regular Rayquaza respond? What's it going to go for? Going to go for Gyro Ball, which won't do a lot of damage, but a little bit of chip damage goes a long way, especially for the much weaker regular Rayquaza team, as Shiny Regular goes for Acupressure. It's going to raise the stat of its partner Pokemon, and it's going to be the speed up 2 stages on regular Rayquaza. So regular Rayquaza is going to start every turn in this battle. Let's see what it goes for. Goes for Water Pulse. It's going to be not very effective on the regular Mega there. Is it going to get the... It does get the confusion there, though, so that might not go too well for the Mega Team. The Mega Team does have a confused Pokemon on them now. They need to use that raw power that they have. Doom Desire, though. Here comes Doom Desire from Shiny Mega. Oh, it chose Doom Desire as its destiny. It's the most cringeworthy thing I ever have to say in these form fights. Oh, the confusion has been ignored by regular Mega. What's it? It goes for Doom Desire, which is going to fail because there's already a Doom Desire in place. It also chose Doom Desire as its destiny. God, it's cringy, isn't it? Here's a Dazzling Gleam, though, from Shiny Regular Rayquaza. Going to do massive damage to both the Megas there. That was an amazing play right there. And suddenly, it's looking like the Megas are in a little bit of trouble here. Here we see Bug Buzz coming out from regular Rayquaza. It's going to do neutral damage, not neutral damage, it's going to do not very effective damage, I should say, onto that Mega, but a little bit more chip damage goes a long, long way as Shiny Mega looks to retaliate with a Dragon Dance. Going to raise its speed and attack. That's a little bit scary. A Dragon Dance Mega Rayquaza is a scary thing to behold. Oh my goodness. We see the still confused regular Mega there. What's it going to do? It's still going to ignore the confusion. What's it got in mind here? What will it do while it has the opportunity? Going to go for Secret Power onto, oh, massive damage actually, onto the regular Rayquaza there, just showing you just how much power it has behind it. Here's Extreme Speed from Shiny Regular. Oh my god, takes out the regular Mega. Oh my goodness, we're down to just 1 Mega and 2 regular Rayquaza here, and one of those Rayquaza still has almost full health. Here comes regular Rayquaza with a Psychic Fangs onto that Mega. That's massive damage as well. Oh my goodness, the Shiny Mega is in a lot of trouble right now. What's it going to go for? Goes for Cosmic Power, going to raise its defense and special defense, which is a great move, but is it too little too late? Maybe should have gone for something a little more offensive. Maybe taken down one of these Rayquaza, if possible. Shiny Rayquaza is going to go for Aura Sphere. It's not going to be very effective and is going to be reduced by that Cosmic Power boost. Not very effective. Critical hit, ignored the Cosmic Power boost there. There you go. Here comes the Doom Desire attack from before. Massive damage there to Shiny Rayquaza. That's about the best blessing that this Mega Rayquaza could have had. Here's regular Rayquaza with Clanging Scales. It is over, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. The Mega Team, for the people that complain on Form Fight, oh, I don't know why you do Megas, because the Megas always win. Here you go, regular Rayquaza absolutely proving you wrong. That was amazing. Well done. What an incredible battle. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of these forms of Rayquaza do you prefer? Is it regular Rayquaza or Mega Rayquaza? Let me know in the comments below and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. And of course, that's where I'm going to leave this episode of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to support the channel like these lovely people down here do, you can pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. And for live streams 5 days a week, head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam. All links in the description, but until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.